I'm the interim dean of engineering, and we have our students from aerospace, mechanical, and across the college. Pleased to have you, sir.
Oh, that's great. That's great. No, it's my honor to speak to you and the students. This is something I've wanted to do for a long time, and really it's great for me to share this experience of being up here with you guys.
We appreciate it, and students are lined up here to ask you questions, if it is all right with you.
Great. Yeah, let me just start off with a couple of quick things. First of all, I am my class in class of '80. I was a mechanical engineering student at A&M and a proud member of the Corps of Cadets. Went into the military and I worked as a flight test engineer. I worked for a period of time as an engineer at NASA Houston in the very early days of the space shuttle program. And that's when my dream of flying in space started to become more real. It's one I'd had since childhood. And I started to realize that astronauts weren't gods. They're really a lot more like normal people. Some are more normal than others. And that kind of lit me up and caused me to work harder to achieve this dream. But I'm really glad to share the day with you and answer questions. This is our time. It is public going out in the world. So just to let you know that too.
Howdy, my name is Andrew Marshall, and I'm a mechanical engineering major like yourself. And my question is, I'm working on an engineering design project whose goal is to create a system that allows astronauts on the ISS to add specific amounts of additives to beverages like sugar and cream or coffee. Now, as an astronaut, are there any particular suggestions or perspectives you could offer?
Oh, I need to get some video to you. Some of my comrades up here like to add sweetened condensed milk to coffee, and that's a trick. On the U.S. side, our beverage containers basically have kind of like a large bore needle that goes through a septum to fill it with the proper amount of water, hot or cold water, and the coffee already pre-mixed. The powdered coffee is pre-mixed with the cream and the sugar in there. But they like to make it more like they call it the Starbucks coffee. And the Russian beverage containers use a whole different kind of thing where it's kind of a cone-shaped nozzle and a receptacle on the plastic drink bag that you cut an opening and you slide it over the nozzle, hold it tight. And we use that and actually use a syringe to fill with the sweetened condensed milk and inject it into the coffee bag and then add the hot water and mix it up. That's what you do when you're bored and you want to play with your food, I guess. It's an interesting project because everybody has their own taste for coffee and what they like with them, and they're actually fairly expensive to make. The actual bag of coffee go through is a whole lot more than if you went by it at a commercial place and bought it, and so they have to launch this coffee, black coffee, cream coffee with sugar, coffee with cream and sugar, coffee with cream and artificial sweetener, and you don't know, we can't just run down to the store and pick more when we run out of the kind we like. And so there would be some advantages to being able to dial in. I like black coffee. I've gone with a lot of the black coffee in our immediate stores, and so I've been working on acquiring a taste of coffee with other things in it. And it would be kind of nice if I could just dial in the black coffee without adding other stuff. So good luck with the project.
All right, thank you very much.
Howdy, my name is Alejandro Ezekar, and I am a sophomore aerospace engineer. And what I'm wondering is what advice you have for another Aggie who also wants to become an astronaut.
Alejandro, I wish you well, and I want you to hurry up. I need some help in the astronaut course here these days, and I take a lot of heat, so I need some help. And I would say in general is just keep working hard. Follow your passion and work really hard. become the best at what you're doing. There's, you have to be really, and you don't have to work in the space business. We'd like to bring people in that come from other areas. Having some space experience in some ways is helpful, but it's also great to be, to work hard and become, recognized as an expert in your field, and it takes something like that. And so hopefully you really like the engineering track on and are going to enjoy working in that area in the years ahead. And good luck. Hurry up.
Thank you. How's it going, Mike? My name's Pablo, and I'm a computer engineer. And how do you think going to space has changed your perspective on life, and how so?
Hey, Bubba. Glad to meet you. My perspective on life. That's an interesting one. For me, you can look at that in so many ways. Really, this is now a reality, but it started as a dream when I was 11 years old and watched the moon landing, the first moon landing on Earth, our first moon landing, and then within a year or two, I started thinking about like every red-blooded kid on the planet. I want to do that, but I didn't really think it would come true. I did not have the faith, and as kids do, dreams kind of come and go, and this one always stayed in the back of my mind, but I couldn't shake it completely, and I also couldn't accept that it in any way could become real. And I think that achieving this for me, this is a really long shot for a kid from the Rio Grande Valley, and a kid from anywhere really, and it was just such an incredible long shot. And to be able to be fortunate enough to be living and working here right now is just about beyond comprehension. But it goes to show that anything really is possible. You have to stick to it. You have to believe in it. You have to work hard, always find ways to reach and to knock down, go around, or climb over barriers that are in your way. But it can happen. And so I think in that just big sense of the reality of dreams that can come true is a big one.
Awesome, dude. Thanks.
Howdy, I'm Zach Anderson. I'm a freshman aerospace engineering major, and I was curious, how has been a member of the Corps Cadets help you in your life and your career, sir?
Howdy, Zach. To me, joining the Corps, and some of you have heard this story before, perhaps, was almost on a whim. I needed a dorm room. Dorms were full. I had hair down to my shoulders. If you join the Corps, you got a dorm room. And so I was sold. And that's absolutely a true story. And I got in not knowing what I was getting into. I had only visited A&M a couple of times. When I visited it the first time, I knew that's where I wanted to go to school. But I didn't know how I was going to make it happen. And this is kind of an example of what it took, because I tried things, tried to get the dorms, tried to find an apartment, tried to find some way to finance it, and it wasn't there. So I had only one up, and I went for it. And it was life-changing for me. Joining the Corps of Cadets was a great experience. I made friends there that have been friends for life. And I went in with absolutely no intention of going in the military. I found out that the military had all kinds of opportunities to offer, and great experiences, not to mention just the satisfaction of serving our country. And so being in the Corps really woke me up to all of those possibilities and opened up a complete progression of life events that really got me here today. Because again, when I went to A&M, I had no intention of going to the military, but really for me, one of the keys was working as a flight test engineer and having a flight experience in the Air Force that gave me a skill set that happened to be something that matched up with skills that NASA needed for this kind of job. And I would not be here today if it wasn't for having taken that fateful step, cut my hair, and join the Corps.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, Mr. Fossum. My name is Franco Vitati, and my question is, I know there are many, but I'm very curious what your opinion is. What do you think is the primary benefit of human space missions for those of us here on the ground?
That's a really good question. I think in a really big way, I mean, there's there's the pure science that we're doing up here, and it's really exciting. The International Space Station started as the largest engineering integration project ever attempted. 15 nations have come together to build this laboratory, almost 1 million pounds in orbit, 240 miles above the Earth. Look at the list of the countries. We haven't always been close friends with